What is going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to talk to you about Healthy Choices Management, ticker is HCMC. I want to give you a good overview of what has been happening as far as the spinoff and how management is already jumping ship. So I'm going to go over all that. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciate that. And without further ado, let's get right to it. So when it comes to it, HCMC did come out on the 24th with a good Q&A as far as the whole spinoff and some common questions that investors did have. And of course, as of right now, the time of this video being the 28th or 29th, whenever you do see this, it is already past the ex-dividend date. So the ex-dividend date is April 26th. So you had to have held it prior to April 26th. So for instance, if you bought HCMC on the 26th, you are not a part of this whole spinoff of HCWC. So once again, just be aware of that. So if you did hold it going into the 26th and you had at least 71,000 shares, then you are going to be a part of this whole spinoff, because keep in mind the whole spinoff is 71,000 to 1 as far as that ratio. So when it comes down to it though, there's going to be a lot of investors that are technically losing out, and that this whole spinoff in reality is going to even hurt them so much more. And what I mean by that is, given the price as of right now, technically if you do this and times by 71,000, it's 71 cents. So based on the August PR that came out, it shows that they're going to have that whole spinoff, and NewCo, which of course right now is that HCWC, is going to have an initial price of $10. So this is where, if you just do the basic math, if you have, for instance, an average of 0001 for argument's sake, then your cost basis and equivalent is going to be around $7.10, give or take around that. So of course, if you have an average of 0001, then you are going to stand to benefit from this whole rollout. And of course, I think this is what HCMC was trying to do, and to get a little bit more of additional value to its investors. But for instance, if you have an average of 0002, then you are equivalently losing $4 per share on every one of HCWC. So hopefully that made sense to everyone. Just I wanted to give a quick breakdown of that, because that one stood out to me, especially with an initial stock price of $10. Kind of makes things interesting and iffy. But once again, I think that's one of many questions I do have about this that isn't really answered per se. And one question that I particularly have is, for instance, looking on HCMC's website, we already know the grocery chain and the wellness center are going to HCWC, but leaving, for instance, a qcup, vape store, the vitamin store, and also the intellectual properties, especially that patent 170. That patent 170 is still getting updates as far as the lawsuit. Some of those businesses, such as the vitamin store, are still operational. So who is managing that? Who's also going to be bearing the cost to run these and administer these? So those are some of the questions that I particularly had, especially as well based on this that did come out, which was a little bit more concerning. But as you can see, based on SEC filings, a lot of management has been jumping ship, which is very, very unfortunate to see. And it is all effective on the 26th, so that ex-dividend date. So of course, like I said, you could have sold on the 26th, you'd still get this whole HCWC rollout and spinoff. But like I said already in previous videos, as of this spinoff, HCMC becomes kind of worthless. So this is why you do see, as of, for instance, on the 26th, there's a huge amount of volume, then it has been slowly diminishing. And this is on the 27th, a lot of insiders. Majority of the transactions on the 27th were in fact insider selling. And then based on Friday, which did close at 90% down, there was only 229 million shares being traded. So like I said in previous videos, HCMC as of right now, especially after the spinoff, is kind of worthless. So it is unfortunately going to continue to die. There's absolutely no justification at all for it to go up. So a lot of people were asking me tentative questions on what should I do? Should I hold HCMC? Should I sell it? And my common answer was HCMC, unfortunately, as of right now, even though they do have some pretty good assets under their books, it is going to become worthless. So unfortunately, you do and will see a little bit more of a continuation and a downtrend of the volume, which is very, very unfortunate, and especially already to see a lot of the management sell out. It just sucks, unfortunately. But like I said, that is the name of the game. That is hopefully giving a lot of shareholder value at the end of the day to this whole HCWC HCWC. But as of right now, I still haven't seen anything as far as a buyback of $5 million of HCMC stock. But I think in reality, that might not necessarily even come to realization because I kind of fell down to that trap potentially. Same as when you go to the mall, you're passing by a window and it says up to 90% off. Everyone just focuses on the 90% off. And same goes for this. A lot of people are focusing on the buyback of $5 million, even including myself, but it says up to. So in reality, they don't actually have to do anything. They can do $1 and still they're not really kind of going against their word. They're doing $1 up to $5 million. So a little bit more of a tricky wording based on the management provided, but still at the end of the day, it is what it is. I think that there is a lot of investors still in HCMC merely because of just the grocery chain and the wellness center. So a part of their new focus. So I think a lot of people just don't care about HCMC as of right now and are just looking for now the future. And obviously as of right now, the future is HCWC and leaving HCMC in the dust. So once again, let me know you guys' thoughts on that in the comments below. Like I said, over the next little bit, I do anticipate the volume just to trend down. There's no real justification for it to trend up. It would be absolutely ideal for management to have sold these assets prior to potentially doing the spinoff just to add a little bit more of additional revenue, because I know, for instance, the vape store and also the qcup and vitamin store all have fairly fat profit margins. Kind of a lot of those businesses could have potentially been sold in reality and might have definitely provided a little bit more additional shareholder value. So I'm surprised they didn't really add that to part of their whole 4-point plan. But no matter what though, let me know you guys' thoughts on all of that. One thing that I just wanted to point out based on their Q&A, it was a little bit more once again concerning the fact that I still feel that they do not qualify for the whole New York Stock Exchange. So it says that they are still planned for tail end of Q2 or potentially Q3 for this whole spinoff to actually come to realization. But it does say, and there's a lot of wording in here saying approval or pending approval of the New York Stock Exchange. So definitely something to potentially watch for. And like I said, I don't feel that they do actually qualify for that. And in reality, it might just be the NASDAQ, but I don't know why they really want to focus on New York Stock Exchange. But no matter what, let me know you guys' thoughts on all of this in the comments below. Give yourself a shout out in the comments as far as how many shares of HCWC are you going to get after this whole spinoff. So like I said, this whole 71,000 to 1 ratio, that is something that you need to once again realize. So if you only had 50,000 shares of HCMC, which obviously isn't much by any means as far as the overall dollar value, but still that won't necessarily attribute to the whole spinoff. So once again, let me know you guys' thoughts on that in the comments below. And is there any of you that potentially do disagree with me saying that there isn't going to be any future value for HCMC? Do you see it going higher potentially? And if so, why? So let me know your thoughts on all of that in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. One final thing that I just wanted to share with you, this is a good promo just for April alone, and that is with Moomoo. Link in the description below and also the comments. Just sign up for a free account and you get 1 free stock. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So even if you just do that, it is a complete no-brainer. Take advantage of free while you can. And obviously with Moomoo, it is $0 commission, free level 2 trading as well. So in reality, it is a very big win-win. Let me know you guys' thoughts on all of this in the comments below. And without further ado, I appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on HCWC or HCMC, whatever you prefer.